Good morning, and I hope you all had a happy Memorial Day. This is Wednesday, May 29th, and I am making this for my live on my Facebook page, as well as my YouTube channel. I will post it after. So here's all my contact information. This is my online store. My May host code, May is going quick. And then here is my Facebook business page. Please join. And my YouTube channel. Please watch to the end. Subscribe and share with all your crafty friends. So I think it's about 11 o'clock. So I was a minute early on my watch, but you never know how that goes. So we are going to make this card. If you are coming, myself and two of my demonstrator friends are having a live stamping together. We're going to make 10 cards, and this is one of them. I saw this technique by Karen Titus with Back Porch Stampers, and I thought it was great technique. So I used different DSP and did it a little bit differently, but it's just a great idea on how to cut your cardstock. So let me show you. Basically what you need is a regular card base. I didn't put that down. 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I have an inside white, 4 by 5 1/4. I always put a little strip or something inside to perk it up a little bit. So I also am using, so there's that base. Here's my inside white. Here's the strip for the inside, which is 1/2 by 5 1/4. So we've got that. This is the cardstock. Now on this one, I use Mossy Meadow. On this one, I'm going to use Night of Navy, which is 3 by 4 1/4. Then you take a 3/2 inch square. So I already cut it, but I'll show you how I cut it. So what I did is I went backwards. I cut the 1 1/4 inch piece first. So I had my 3.5 inch square, and I cut my 1 1/4 inch one. Then I went and I cut the 1 inch one. Then I cut the 3/4 inch one, and it left me with a 1/2 inch. So I started right to left. 1 1/4. You can do it either way. But that's how I did it, just because I wanted the big piece to be to the right. If you cut it the other way, the big piece will be to the left. So then the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to lay them out. This is from the DSP that I love. I've used it on a couple of cards now. It is on page 46 and 47, and it is Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. It is beautiful, and it just does so much of the work to make your card. So I'm going to lay these out kind of how I want them. If you come to my class, I cut them so they would all make sense. So they would be right next to each other. So you got to kind of get a sense. Okay, where do you want to put it? And I let it be a little bit loose on the end. Don't pull it up like that. That's not great. But I put adhesive in the middle. I did not put adhesive on the little ends. Just, add a little bit. Okay, once I'm happy, this doesn't look right, but it really is. That's how those two hook together, because you have dark on one side and dark on the other. I would recommend, you don't have to, you can use any kind of adhesive you want, but I would recommend taking them off one at a time and just kind of putting adhesive in the middle, so that you have a little wiggle room. I'm going to give it about there. And so everything has to line up with that one. So I'm going to come back through and line it up here. Once again, really get it in, some adhesive in there because you don't want it to move. And then put your last one on. Now, it would work with lots of different papers, but I just really loved this paper because I feel like the paper tells a great story. Okay, now you can come back and adhere it to the front. So that's easy. But it's a simple, you know, it's just designer series paper, but it really packs a punch, if you ask me. I don't know if Karen Titus came up with it. She got it from somebody else. I don't know. She comes up with a lot of stuff, so it's probably hers. So there's my front, a little different than that one. Now, what am I going to stamp? You know, if you've watched a couple of my videos, I love Unbounded Love. I love Unbounded Love. Anyway, it has stamp set and dies. Right now I'm just using the stamp set and I'm just using basic black. But it has so many great sentiments. So what I'm going to use is sympathy. People that come to my class, we try to have birthdays, sympathy, get well, so people have lots of things. So here is my heart goes out to you. Ink it up really great. Put that here. And then somebody's like, oh, I didn't get one of these. Check the envelope. Sometimes they sneak in there. This is from Stylish Shapes. You could even cut it off if you just wanted that look. I went ahead and let it go like this, but you don't have to. Okay. Now I'm going to, I can decide if I want that or that. I think I like this, but that's going to be your choice. Could you use the other side of the DSP? Absolutely. Can you organize it any way you want? It's your card. So you can make it and be creative. I was getting ready for my Facebook post coming up, and there's a National Creativity Day coming. So, you know that I encourage people to make it. And sometimes, what did somebody say at my last class? It was a happy accident. They did something they didn't think they wanted, and it became a really happy accident. So, look at, I got something on my thing. Okay, so what am I going to do with that? Okay, I will show you. I'm going to get, let's say I boo-boo, and I get something around there. I'm going to get a sponge dauber. And see if I can find one that doesn't have a lot of ink on it. I'm organizing my sponge daubers, but they're not there yet. Or you could even use a Kleenex. I've seen people just dip it. People are like, how do you know how to make, fix these mistakes? Because I've made them all. That's how. Very easy. And now I will adhere that down. You can't tell I made that mistake. And it has a pretty look on the inside too. It's a plus. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to pop up the saying. And isn't that, that's just so pretty. It's quiet. I like sympathy cards that are kind of quiet with the DSP. And then I'm going to take some, what are these called? Tinsel Gems 3-pack. And I'm going to have more for you. I'm trying to use ones that aren't as good. And I'm going to put just like one there. And maybe, come on. Oh gosh. So how am I going to get that? I'm going to flip this over and scoop it up. There we go. And maybe one there. And scoop this one up here. So you've got a very easy sympathy, get well, happy birthday, anything you want card. And it is not hard to make. And it really packs a punch. And basically you're just using your designer series paper. So I hope you try it. And those of you that are coming on Saturday, I can't wait to have a fun day. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.